Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm back after a break. As you know, it's summertime, so I wanted to spend a little bit more time with my family, and now I'm finally back to the studio, back to my usual working schedule. And I also feel like I want to upload videos more often because I've done a lot of tracks during this summer, and I feel like I can do more tutorials. So yeah, that's some good news. And today I want to discuss a very interesting topic such as using live recorded instruments in your tracks. As if you are doing electronic dance music as I do, using live instruments can be an amazing and very interesting experience. So I think you will find a lot of value and interesting tips in this video, guys. Before we start, guys, I just wanted to let you know that I have released an EP, and I would be very, very grateful if you could go and listen to the EP on Spotify. Let me know what you think, if the track is good, maybe the track is bad, you don't like it. I'm looking forward to your feedback, guys.
Meditation is questo meditation is coming through me. And questo I don't need to do something for meditate. Experience.
So the first argument why you should be using live recorded instrument is you could bring some live elements to the track. So when you are playing a live instrument, you always have to decide which note you are going to play at a specific part of the track. So for example, at the end of this loop, you could do some ornaments, you could play some different notes, and that is what makes it so unique when you are using live instruments in your tracks. I hope you guys get this one. Let's move to the second argument, and it's about hearing music, because if you have some problems and you don't hear when the notes don't fit the track, when you are playing an instrument, you will learn how to hear those notes. And if you think that your music hearing is bad, it's only about practice. So my advice, if you have some instrument, maybe keys, maybe guitar, those are very popular, start using those, start recording those. Let's go to the third argument. You learn how to feel the groove and the rhythm of the track. And this one is very important because if you are making dance music, you should really feel the groove and the rhythm of the track. And playing instruments, the guitar, especially the drums, it can help you a lot to solve those problems if you are, at the moment, bad at groove. And the last argument why you should be using live recorded instruments in your tracks is sound design possibilities. The first thing I've done to this instrument, I've applied some saturation, and saturation is a great tool which can help you to glue your mixes together and make them sound professional. The settings are pretty simple. In this saturator, you can have multiple bands, which is an amazing feature. Yeah, as you can hear, guys, when we are increasing the drive and the dynamics, we start getting that overdrive distortion kind of sound. My advice when you are EQing live recorded instruments, never cut a lot of low end. I usually make a low cut at 100. I think it's the perfect point when the instrument sounds natural, but at the same time, you don't have a lot of low end information which muddies the mix and clashes with the kick and bass. The second thing I usually do with my instrument, I cut till 2 and 300 with the shell filter. You should really listen to the instrument because sometimes you could cut a little bit more, and sometimes when you cut too much, it doesn't sound natural. So we want to make sure that our instrument sounds natural, but sometimes you could try to experiment with the sound design. It's really up to you how you want it to sound. I want to make sure that the volume is the same before and after the saturation. It's very important. The next thing you could do with your instrument is you could try to cut the 400 Hz, and it really helps you to put the instrument deeper in the mix. So let's compare the sound before and after. We could also try and remove some ice with the shell filter. So I usually cut around 3K, but sometimes you could cut till 6, maybe 5. Really depends on the mix. So let's try maybe 3K. Okay, we are pretty much done with the EQing, guys. So let's move to the next part. And the next part is layering. I'm using a plugin called Isotope Trash 2. I have a filter, basically it's an EQ. Then I have a same multi-band saturation distortion as I have in FabFilter. This one works as a convolution reverb, so you import this sample and it affects your sound. So let me show you guys how it works. The next step I usually do after the saturation is compression. You should be very careful with the compression, guys, because you could easily ruin your sound and destroy the dynamics. So I'm going to show you how to use compression in the right way. With the attack, we are looking for a perfect position where we like the transients in our instrument. So let's try and do that. I think I'm going to put the attack at 5. Yeah, I think it sounds nice. I hope you guys get the idea how to use the compressor, because when I was just starting, it was a very odd thing to understand. But believe me, the more you use compression, the better you will get. So it's all about practice. Try compressing your sounds. Just be very careful so you don't squeeze your sound and destroy the dynamics. One more advice I could give you when you are working with the compression: try using serial compressors. So this compressor is very fast. And now I'm going to use a tube compressor, which is very soft, and it's perfect when you need to soften the dynamics, but very carefully, and keep the transients. So let's use the second compressor. Now we need to make sure that the volume remains the same. I usually add a transient shaper before the saturation, because when we are using saturation, we squeeze the dynamics, we reduce the dynamics, and when you apply a transient shaper, you increase the attack, and you, at the same time, when you are increasing the attack, you increase the volume. The very last thing I usually do with my live recorded instruments, I boost the frequencies with an analog emulation. Usually, I try to boost 2 or 300. Sometimes you could boost maybe 500. And sometimes you may want to add the mid. So I'm going to add 1.5K. The next thing we could do, we could use the second module of this equalizer, and I'm going to boost and cut at the same time 100 Hz, and it's the unique feature of this equalizer. It creates that sound. Is very hard to explain if you didn't hear that before. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And I'm going to mute the EQ so you could compare the sound before and after. The changes are very subtle, but in the context of the mix, those small changes is what makes a mix sound good. I will try to maybe add 3K and see how that sounds. I think in this case, 3K works best. So yeah, guys, that is my chain for mixing live instruments. And if you want to go full creative, you could apply some stereo effects on your track. It's a delay which sounds very interesting. It's very unique. It doesn't sound as usual delay, so let me show you in the mix. Yeah, I really like how it sounds when I'm using small values. Like in this case, I'm using 40 milliseconds, and it really adds some space to the instrument, and in the mix it just sounds amazing. Yeah, and the last thing I've done to my instrument is I've added a second layer, which together sounds like that, and it adds even more space to your instrument. That is all I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you found some value in this video, some useful sound design or mixing tips. I would really appreciate if you could comment and share this video to your friends. It will help me to grow a channel a lot faster. At the end of the day, guys, your engagement, your comments, your likes is what keeps me motivated. So thanks for your attention, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.